So yeah, you've seen what I've been trying to do, and this is all done with my phone as a camera and my laptop until it runs out of disk space. I want to become a full-time artist, and I need to get paid to exist. So this is what I can do and what I want to do when I'm inspired. There is not really a blocker other than people supporting me to keep going. It's not really fun to say that, okay, you've been trying to do this with your life, and I think there should be some kind of exchange. So that's why I will be having my first solo exhibition, and there are some physical art pieces that I made, and also this exhibition will be funding my further AI films. Yeah, that's all. And so here I've been, now I'm sitting on my bed, temporary bed, and I will show you the other angle. Now I will get the bed to the where it's supposed to be. Hi, my name is Ayça. I'm a creative technologist. Welcome to my digital corner. Today I am at Artphy. This is a place north of the Netherlands, and I'm here for a Flash Artist Residency program, and this was my first experience ever. I really like that it is away from the city, in the nature. Around this place there is farms, and being close to nature is something that I try to do more often this year, because I'm really aware of my screen time, and so it is limited, and I'm putting a lot of time consuming things, and I'm trying to get better at this. So it's like a confession at this moment.
He gives some solutions, in the old yeah, this is okay.
Let's talk about what I did create here a little bit. Then I have the presentation about co-creating with AI Spring 2025, because as long as you can describe it, there is a way to generate it. That's why today I want to reflect on being a human in the loop. How can we have more control over our generations? So the screen time is getting longer, and can I have a way to have AI to help me to spend less time on my phone, which is a hobby that I did in university, and I really liked cross-stitching. For the sake of time, yesterday I realized that having a cross-stitch pattern, so there is an AI assistant. You can use it on GPT Store. It's Stitch Assistant. It meant to help you to create any pattern. I will be fine-tuning today or after this video uploaded, etc. There's a lot of logistics right now. It meant to happen. I get too conscious about my words at this moment. I'm taking this video for a few times, and okay. These are the two things that I made. One is tulip, one is lavender, and these are not cross stitch. As you can see, this was much more detailed. Then I thought, okay, just create the idea. And these are paper sacques for brooch. So this is our paper bags for sandwiches. and it's meant to be single use. And the artist residency is about AI ecologies, and I really don't like that the convenience and disposability of plastic. So in this case, it's a bag, but also convenience of one-time use materials. And in the past, we've been creating things meant to be used longer. And if we put some kind of care of it and some kind of detail on it, there is no need to explain it further. So this is already that I'm trying to do. And so when I put this on the wall, I think it is too abstract again. And that's why I will work on an AI film that questioning, do we need to be creating new materials to be more biodisposable, or do we already have the solution to some modern problems that we've created in the last century? So I specialize in extended reality design and creating AI workflows. You can think the creative technology as applied innovation management. Most of the time I create proof of concepts and create concept designs, or science communication of new technology. So there is a new technology, how can this translate into business or any other applications? And fun projects. I already said that there is the cross-stitch pattern maker. And today we will talk about some AI use cases, what is creative technology, and generating AI films with Sora. There is two tips that I can want to talk about. It is how do we construct visual prompts. The second is that how can we design better presets. So the preset is for like a phrase. It doesn't have to have like sections, but it needs to be something phrase that make them belong to the same world. And this is now only available in Sora as far as I am aware. I have some actionable steps. There is an AI workflow called Memory AI Art. How can you use this AI workflow is that you can read it one time, of course, but at the same time it is designed meant to be helping an AI to co-create with you. And there is a section in the end for AI instructions to be helping you to create design visual prompts. So this example is tot ziens, and that means that see you in Dutch. And I didn't handpick these results. These are just generated with 2 words. And this is meant to, like, I think if I've seen this on the wall, that I like, okay, this is a good graphic design. How did I start with creating AI art? Is that August 2022. I met Fly. Before this, I've seen one of his songs in my Discover Weekly. Then I thought, okay, this is an interesting song. I think it was Dumbledore. And then I've been listening his music, and I thought, okay, I have this DALL-E 2 early access. Can I create an AI art cover with this? So at that time, there was no fancy way to create AI art. There was only in painting available. What we did, that we had a call about, like, he had a single Hennessy. I listened it a few times, then generated a vision document that what can it be a good display in Spotify next to a lot of hundreds of songs. Then we strategized that in the song there was a volcano word, and that can be a good visual anchor for people to be curious and give it a time. So I strongly encourage to listen this summer song. And so in painting is that he had a glass in here, that the iterative process, that now he has a glass. Most of the time I'm doing time travel and tell stories. At this moment I'm making experimental AI films. these are some of the examples of that. Okay, can we have these existing videos to find an alternative version? I am really excited about this AI art phase, that it is, we can time travel to meet regular people, their daily practices, or find people, regular people's traditional pattern making. So I'm really interested in that. How do we design things, and why do we create the detailed things to an ordinary object? So I ran out of disk space, and I thought it can be a good indication that I can show you around what is in Artphy. This is Artphy's garden, and after this spot I will change my costume and go to that place which has a cool bench that I want to show you. So the other people are also trying to finalize their art creations in 1 hour and 30 minutes. So I get a little bit excited about this because I don't have my presentation yet. My open call submission was an AI film about plastic, and then now I'm realizing that I don't want to focus only on plastic. I want to think about what other materials did we use, and what can else we been creating to recycle things. So my grandma lives in a very small village, and she, now there is the municipality takes the trashes, but for many long years they needed to compost things, like they needed to make this turn into soil. Maybe those times it was easier because there was much more people doing farming and they were having cows and stuff. So with the poop of the cows, you could take that garbage of the house to the landfill to be decomposed. And later on I'm realizing now, when I look back, because I was a child back then, I didn't realize, but whenever we get things from the market, there were some plastic packaging mixed with that. But I remember also that sometimes, let's say you ate watermelon, and then half shell of the watermelon would feed the chickens. So she still have chickens though, but the cows are not exist anymore. And I would love to talk about the problems of farming in another video. So this is an artificial lake which was not here 8 years ago or 15 years ago. Then yeah, but I want to say here, let's see, I will keep going with the presentation in the other spot. I want to talk about here that reflect on my art career a bit. So this year I wanted to focus more seriously that becoming an artist, and I created more AI workflows. How can people have more production power? How can individuals can create their own videos? And so far I have the simulation production method and memory AI art. So after I published the simulation production method, I realized that it is too long for the AI to be used as an AI workflow. That's why the second iteration of memory AI art is much more easier to start using. Memory AI art workflow can be read by humans, but at the same time it can be used to co-create with any LLM to be assisting you to film production. There is a section in the end. Also, you can be using that section to create different AI assistant. What I like to say about memory AI art is that we are taking a lot of pictures, a lot of videos, but rarely revisit them. Can we use our existing dataset to create an AI art? And what I've been thinking that AI art has three phases. First off is the experimentation phase, where I allow AI to surprise me with the outcomes. And then I see that what is the different kind of possibilities that I can take. The second phase is the iteration, is where I take some of the interesting results, remix them, blend them, like do some kind of iterations to be finding the fine-tuning the things that I want to do. And the latest version is that, let's say I had 200 generations in the first one. In the second phase I focused on 10 of them, 15 let's say, and then I selected 5 of them to be curated. The third phase is curation phase. I find this three phases working to create AI art more than the other ways to create AI art, because it gives an observability to the creation process. Let's say 4 years ago it was possible to say I generated these and these are the concept and this is AI art, and when anyone can generate anything, what makes, maybe this is not very regulated in the art market, maybe the economical value of AI art is the documentation of the creation process. Because let's say, I'm not only talking about the monetary aspect, by the way. Let's say I take a weekend with my family to create a story that means to us. AI is the medium to understand each other better and have stronger bonds. So this is the potential, the biggest potential AI art can give us. That let's say you have a film premiere with your friends and take a screening together and have fancy clothes, etc. So it's fun. What else I want to say? I'm an art career. Other than AI art, this year I want to create physical art. So today was this Flash Artist Residency was the starting point that I wanted to create AI art and the physical art together. You've seen the stitch, the bags already. That is the physical part, and now I'm working on a vision document which I will be presenting in a way that communicatable. So vision document is important when creating AI art, because first it gives you a place to come back to, it gives observability. Two, it makes it easier to communicate on your project and, for example, get funding easier, because people already somehow the vision that you were trying to create. Physical part, that now I thought, okay, let's start with small expectations. The first thing that I created in January, Mercy 2025. I don't have the internet connection at this moment and I cannot read the old idea behind it, but I had a plastic bag that I took from a pizza shop in Paris that had an interesting graphic design, that there is handshake, the two hands, and looks like a heart, which was interesting. Then I bought this for a few cents, then stitched it to canvas. That was the January 2025. Then I thought, okay, let's make physical art every month, one of them. The February 2025 was for the what was it? There is a sentence that I've been thinking about. What do people want? Since February is Valentine's Day month, and in Action there has been canvases like heart-shaped, and I like them. And I that time, okay, maybe it's getting too complicated, but I have a personal branding strategy that now I've started from the very sharp, light shade of purple to a dark purple, royal purple. And whenever you can look at my art creations, the shade of purple can indicate that when did I create it. So after 4 years, I got one shade darker, and I didn't abandon the earlier shade. The light purple that I've been using for 4 years now is used for the physical art pieces. So when I got one more shade dark purple, it becomes the physical art pieces. So the technology goes one step further. What I want to say about the February 2025 piece is that there is a sentence that I've been thinking about. What do people want? And the sentence is, I really want you to blah blah me. And the blah blah can be completed with the words that are on canvas. One of them is see me, hear me, fear me. It looks like some kind of puzzle that I like it. The March 2025 was I had small signs that I bought from Heima. It says, when I grow up, I want to be, and a blank space. So I wanted to play with words on that one as well. And I had this intention of creating physical art pieces for a very long time. I bought them like 2 years ago. And whenever now I'm trying to create a physical thing that I move the objects that I have to combine them, what can be go together. So I let myself play a bit. And one of the objects that I had was dices that I bought from Action as well, that I sliced the back of it and turn all the dices to 6, and when I grow up, I want to be lucky. The other object was a mouse trap, and I opened the staple and break one of the mouse traps and placed it very carefully, that it doesn't seem like that it's opened at all. The third one is I want to be inspiring. I find it funny. And I think I bought the ones from Zeeman. But it's interesting. So the thing is, now I talk until I am running out of this space. That's the idea. And it's 1:30. And this video is not sponsored in any way with, like I'd say, Heima, Zeeman, Action. So it's just that I like that I will contradict with myself. The convenience of the materials, that any spot is having similar materials. Its accessibility is good for creating art. And yeah, let me take a little bit of time to rest. So the good thing about the artist residency is that now you're expected to create something in the time frames, and people make you remember about that you need to have a lunch. So when I go inside, I watch the video one time, and just because that I remember where did I left and what did I mention one more time. And also I had a sandwich, which is good. In the earlier section, we mentioned about augmented reality and using augmented reality. Yeah, digital wearables. That's also a use case. What is different in this version is that I generated a inspiration video image with DALL-E 2 in September 2022. By looking at the reference image, I created a tiara with jewelry wire and some fabric and crepe paper to have a floral tiara. Like the gazesters, I took the 3D capture and have an object. The good thing is that I don't produce the same tiara again and again. Also, I don't need to ship the tiara. Once the augmented reality experience is published, it's available globally. And digital fashion, interesting. Let's talk about this later again. What I want to say, the digital wearables. I'm not saying that I'm not claiming that it is ecological. It takes computational power to have augmented reality experiences. But I don't create the same object again and also ship them. Some environmental scientists should do a research on the comparisons. When I have the enough budget to hire an environmental scientist, I can do that, but maybe someone can do earlier voluntarily. AI-assisted creative design is another use case. So in here, you can generate AI makeups and turn them into AI AR makeup. This is a set design inspired by pearls and jellyfish and different augmented reality makeups that I had a small flashlight at my home that could be used as light source, made it a bit more studio-like, so DIY. In this section, we will talk about generating AI films and calm a little bit. When I arrived here on Friday evening, I had a presentation of this deck at one of Oxford lectures about creative AI for creative professionals and how can people use Sora to have production. Once you start experimenting with AI filmmaking, that you will realize that having cool videos and putting them together does not necessarily create a cool film, because the storytelling element is very important. This is something that I'm learning also. I'm not really great at storytelling unless it is very linear. Here's something. Should I start again? The second thing is that to make them belong to the same world is to design presets or design visual prompts to have consistency. What I do is that, for example, I start with a very simple sentence and upload an image. And after this simple sentence animated, I see a long description. The first thing that I do is that deleting the half of it. to have something to be comparing, two of them. And then I start the iteration process. Another example of this is that constructing a bubble prompt example. So I said a bubble floating in Amsterdam street. And then take a look at the generated results. I like the composition. What I don't like is that almost holographic each bubble. Some of them can be, but it's too much if all of them are like that, because they are having different positions and different light reflections should be. And when we read the visual prompt, what can be creating is this section, creating a dazzling array of colors that dance in the gentle breeze. So this dazzling array of colors should be removed, and then we get these three, for example, in a way that more close to what I wanted to create. The interesting thing in this section is that the one in the middle is moving differently than the other ones, which is quite interesting because can we create a special camera motion? Is it too complicated to do it? No. For example, to have that, it says unexpected happens. Then it moves like almost like a drone or something. One tip that I should mention is that changing one variable to understand the outputs. So the first thing that I try is that a train station in the Netherlands. Then it didn't look like a train station in the Netherlands. Then I tried Utrecht Centraal, and the train colors was correct. And then Amsterdam Centraal. Then I see the tram colors. So whenever I need to construct a visual prompt, I tend to go more localized keywords to have better results. Another example of this is that a woman in Istanbul, Bosphorus ferry, looking at the sky. This is a good video, but I wanted to have different composition, which is a woman in Istanbul, Bosphorus ferry, looking at the seagulls flying close by, because whenever you take the ferry, there's a around 20 minutes that you see seagulls flying close by, and also you can throw some cement to them. In summer in 90s. What is interesting is that in 90s, when you say, the clothing choices is changing. I think there is a presentation that I need to join at this moment. So I will be quick to finalize this section. In summer in 90s, so her attitude, her personality is changing. What I can suggest with creating better videos is that searching emotion wheel, and that still amazes me that how many emotions that are existing to be included in prompts, and I'm almost sure that there are more emotions to be explored. So if you invent an emotion, email me on this and I want to visualize that. Another way to create videos is that you can use your existing videos. So I had my profile picture, then I updated my profile picture. So the initial scene and the last scene is known. And what Sora does is that trying to guess what is in between. I give one example, then go to the other spot to continue. It's 11 minutes, so I have 1 minute to talk about this video. Breath of Interpolation Rituals version 2 revisits an AI film that I made earlier that there are different women in the same spot with different costume designs. How did I make them feel like the same world? Is that I had a backdrop preset which also mentions what is the background, what is the light, and the attitude of the people. So more or less the framing is similar. I said the 3 phases of the AI creation. So where you see the screenshot you see is the iteration process, and from here I didn't use every creation to be included in the end product. But I can recommend in the iteration phase that you need to take some breaks. Sometimes you don't need to generate one more video. Sometimes you need to take a walk and come back with fresh eyes to be deciding where to move forward. If you have 2 very similar videos and blend them together, in this case the graph is very dramatic. So the presentation is in 8 minutes, and let's have the last video before the presentation. I think afterwards I will be displaying what I built during this program. The good thing about this experience for me was getting inspiration from other people's creativity and how unique perspectives can create expressions. It's April, so in 15 days there will be the Pascalia. About the presentation of the Sora video, that I didn't have the closing sentence on this. When you move the dots, it can be changing almost like a visual effect, which is quite fun. By using the same preset, what you can do in these 3 examples, they are the same prompt and different variation. What I want to suggest here, that if you start with something that you want to explore, creation process is much more fun for you. I take some deep breaths. So this place is run by 2 interesting, unique people, where they are facilitating creation process with very sincerity. This is not a building. I thought, okay, we will go someplace and do stuff, but this is actually their home. They open their home to people to create things and have exhibitions. And if I have time, I will be having one more video next to the sculptures, which I'm really grateful for, and it was a unique time to meet them. How did they build this place and what they are trying to do. And yeah, we had a great dinner last night. And what else? And also there was a fire that was fun also. Yeah, I don't know when, but at some point I want to have such place to create exhibitions and have fun. And probably around my grandma's town. We will see. What did I create during this? It's good to start my presentation as well. So before coming here, I already had this. it's a cross stitch pattern for a rabbit, and it gives me more time to not to be in front of my phone. And I bought this very colored thingies, the embroidery threads, and had the 2 physical art pieces downstairs. I think I will be talking about if we put more attention and care to one single use things, also they can have kind of importance. And this embroidery cross stitching thing was not only because they didn't have internet, it was because that they put more care and attention to the objects that they own. I think I will be talking about the AI art faces, and now I am I will be creating a vision document to be producing an AI art film and put it together. I have more time left. I thought I had a lot of things to say. 4 more minutes. What else I can say? So, yeah, let's see. We had a nature walk, and now I need to buy new sports shoes. And I washed my jeans, then put it upstairs, it's an interesting place to be tried. Yeah, that's all I think. I will create an AI film about convenience. I can tell about the physical art things. So for April, I've started already. I will create one more canvas thing, which is a completion creation for the Mercy 2025. So I will be stamping 2025. So what I observe from people's art career is that repetition legitimizes. So the things that you are curious about often can be a curiosity for other people as well. There was a page on Still Like an Artist that wonder at something and invite others to be wondering with you, which was quite powerful. Yeah, I hope that I will be learning that I can be myself, allow myself to play in 2025. I am 1 month away from my 28th birthday. That will be fun. And see you soon. So hi, now I have time to do another video before the presentation, and this place is where I mentioned earlier the sculptures. This person has some kind of, let me show you, some kind of sand clocks and has some details. This person has, here, these are some wools, I think. Then the other thing is that this piece, interesting. And later on, I will be in between. I created my presentation, so I have more or less the story. That's all. It was fun and unique. I think you've seen Peter. I've been following him virtually. This was the longest time we spent time in person. I thought he was only doing things around AI, agents and business side of it. Then now I know that he has been creating concepts about AI art, which is unique. I don't want to say unique to everything, but I want to say that there are really serious problems in Earth, and you can find ways, normal ways, to talk about them, not to make people feel intimidated, but inviting them to think about if there is any solution to be creating. That's all. Maybe I have another time to show where I will be presenting. See you. Start. Yeah, now you are being recorded. Okay, so in 2025, I wanted to allow myself to create art, and at some point I started calling myself an artist. Now I'm a creative technologist, and in my submission I wanted to create an AI art film about plastic. Then I thought, okay, do I just really want to talk about plastic? And on one coming here, before meeting with Ashwin, I went to Jumbo and get papieren boterhamzakken for sandwich. And like sometimes I go to places to find materials, like this one. I got this from Action. And during my college years, I was doing embroidery. Recently, now I open the presentation and show you the thing that I've been doing as a creative technologist, which is doing fun project as well as science communication. So we have a new technology, how do we use it? And there is some funny memes around this. So
it's really small.
Yeah, I can show you the memes later. So I made an AI assistant, which is making cross-stitch patterns. So in theory, when you go to ChatGPT, GPT store and write a stitch assistant, you can create different kind of patterns. And now I will be refining it, fine-tuning it this weekend to optimize it. And the video, okay, this one. So this is before I just got here, I've been doing this. And it takes a lot of time to make X's on the pattern. So I started with this, Netherlands tulip. And I'm from Istanbul, and we had an era about we paid a lot of money to get tulips to Istanbul. So there is a lot of stitches, and even that much of stitches take a lot of time. So I simplified in the lavender one. So it's much more separate holes in the lavender pattern. So these are the two things that I did. But I want to create an AI film. So this year I'm trying to think about what AI art, how can it be monetized? How can we create funding or create budgets to create AI films? Because I want to time travel and see what regular people's lives was look like. And one thing that we do is that we've been creating patterns. So in a way, when I put a lot of time to create a convenient thing to be making a little bit pretty. So yeah, this will be the AI film. There will be the some other practices. Do we really need to reinvent the wheel? And now I'm recording myself because I'm making a documentary about my artist residency. This is my first ever, and I'm trying to allow myself to be myself. So I want to show some parts of the documentary. So I have been changing my costumes. These are all videos, there was 4, and we will watch 32 seconds of this. And all videos were done in 1 hour. So this is the first video, and I will check if it's still recording. So some problem that I realized that after 12 minutes of recording, I ran out of disk space. So I'm just counting my time. So at some point we might see I run out of disk space. So this is the first video. Yeah. So I wanted to record different places of the Artphy. Hi, my name is Ayça. I'm a creative technologist. Welcome to my digital corner. Today I am at Artphy. This is a place north of the Netherlands, and I'm here for a Flash artist residency program, and this was my first experience ever. I really like that it is away from the city, in the nature. Around this place there is farms, and being close to nature is something that I try to do more often. This for 32 seconds. Second video. So I ran out of disk space, and I thought it can be a good indication that I can show you around what is in Artphy. This is Artphy's garden, and after this spot I will change my costume and go to that place which has a cool bench that I want to show you. So the other people are also trying to finalize their art creations in 1 hour and 30 minutes. So 32 seconds. So the thing is, now I talk until I am running out of disk space. That's the idea. And it's 1:30. And this video is not sponsored in any way with, like, I'd say, Heyma, Zeman action. So it's just that I like that I will contradict with myself. The convenience of the materials, that any spot is having similar. Okay, it will be online on my YouTube channel. And this is the fourth video, and one more. So the presentation is in 8 minutes. And let's have the last video before the presentation. I think afterwards I will be displaying what I built during this program. The good thing about this experience for me was getting inspiration from other people's creativity and how unique perspectives can create. Yeah. So then I had more time. I didn't know that I could one more time. Yeah. So hi, now I have time to do another video before the presentation, and this place is where I mentioned earlier the sculptures. this person has some kind of, let me show you, some kind of stand clocks and has some details. This person has, you know, here. We are still recording here. Hopefully, I will check that and finalize what I'm trying to say. I am checking the video. Yes, Roland, your face is in the frame. That's okay.
Yeah,
I can blur it. Okay. So.
Right now you
can be blurred.
Yeah. So. So, but I'm trying to say that maybe in a way the AI art films is the creation process can be also the part of the experience. So I will, after this, when I'm alone by myself, I will have a time to experiment. I will not think about it. Okay. Apparently, my computer got really tired of recording videos. So let's end what I'm trying to do. So in a way, you can support me to keep creating AI art videos by coming to my solo exhibition. It will be in the spring 2025. And if you come to the exhibition, you can get bubbles. That is, I think, one of the best things that you can do as contemporary art. Have a nice day. Good scenes. Yeah.